Hey, welcome back to the Bound by Art podcast. I'm Missi Blue, tattoo artist, business owner, and your guide to navigating the chaos that is the tattoo industry. If you're an artist looking to grow your business, attract the right clients, and learn how to survive this career without losing your damn mind, then you are in the right place. Every week, I'll be bringing real talk, actionable tips, and hard-earned lessons from my own journey with a side of good vibes and a little bit of sarcasm. Whether you're new to the game, feeling stuck, or you just need a kick in the ass to get that spark back again, this is the show for you. Welcome to Bound by Art. Now let's get to work. Today's episode is all about taking a step back, literally and figuratively. It starts with me making time for things that I haven't really prioritized in years. A simple decision that led me to some pretty big realizations about life, priorities, and this elusive idea of what is enough. If you've ever felt stuck in survival mode, overwhelmed by your own ambition, or like you're chasing a finish line that just keeps moving, you are not alone. This episode is for anyone who's ready to rethink their goals, rediscover their why, and start making space for things that really matter. Let's get into it. This morning, I went for a walk, something I used to do every single day, rain or shine. Whether it was 100 degrees out or snowing, I was out there during sunrise walking. I loved this time of day, and I always felt so good afterwards. But I haven't done it in a long time. I don't have time to anymore. Did you hear what I just said? My life is so chaotic and busy that I can't even squeeze in a 30-minute walk during the sunrise, which is what, 6 a.m.? How ridiculous is that? How did I get here? What choices have I made in my life to land me in a place where 30 minutes of walking in the morning is too much to ask for? And why did I make those choices in the first place? What am I prioritizing over these walks? I haven't been able to figure out how to make it work, but if I'm being really honest with myself, I haven't really put much effort in to figure it out either. I tattooed one of my regular clients yesterday. She's a massage therapist and she owns her own practice, and it's just her. She has a tiny space. She comes and goes as she pleases. She loves to run, and every time I see her, she's planning some crazy like 50K race or something. Yesterday was no different. She's telling me all about how she's training for the next one, and it really got me missing trail running. And even more than that, it just got me missing my morning walks outside. So this morning when I got up, I was still thinking about how much I missed my morning walks and decided that fuck it, I'm going. I headed out the door. I thought I'd get some sunshine. I'd say hi to my cow friends and see how the pigs are doing. Breathe in some super cold 25-degree air and crunch the fresh snow under my feet. But what I didn't realize was that this walk was going to start turning these gears in my mind. Something that happened often back when I was walking all the time, which is why I loved it so much in the first place. How did I forget that this is why I love to go for these walks? It's been so long that I didn't even remember that part. There's something about walking that seems to just kind of occupy the part of my brain that never shuts the fuck up. It's like I have this little hyperactive kid in my head going a million miles an hour, overloading me with thoughts and ideas and dreams and worst case scenarios and shoulda, coulda, wouldas. It's never ending. But walking seems to quiet this kid in my brain, and it calms the chaos up there, and I really get to just breathe and think calmly and rationally and truthfully. I've always had my best ideas while I'm out on a walk. I've worked through so many difficult things out there in the sunrise. This was no different. So I got to thinking about my client from yesterday, the one who inspired this walk. She's 52 years old. She's single. She has a teenage daughter. And she's just the coolest. She does whatever she wants to, whenever she wants to. She gets tattooed all the time. She's planning a trip to Bermuda with her daughter. She's just living her life to the fullest, and she's not a slave to her job or to her business. She works just enough to make enough money to pay her bills, and then she goes home. She gets to spend time with her kid, plan vacations. She's out there living the dream. Hearing her talk about her life reminded me, damn, that was supposed to be me. When I first opened my shop, it was out of necessity. I needed a place with the environment that I wanted. There wasn't anything like it around. I wanted an environment to work in that I loved, where other people weren't going to fuck it up with their bullshit attitudes. And I wanted to be free to do what I wanted. Spend time with my kids, go to their football games and guitar concerts, and be present in my life. I wanted to spend time with my friends. I wanted to see my friends. I wanted more time. And that is the exact opposite of what I got and where I am now. So again, how the fuck did I get here? I opened my shop in 2020, just 1 month before COVID shut me down for 3 months. It was one of the hardest things I've ever had to live through, and it set me onto this path of survival mode. I was going to survive this at all costs and do whatever I had to not to fail. I struggled the whole way. I had setback after setback. I built and rebuilt and struggled to maintain my sanity and my business. But that was 5 years ago. Why am I still in survival mode? It's like I forgot how to be anything else or live any other way, and struggle just became my entire identity. It's not even necessary. I'm fine. Everything is fine. I came out on top. I lived through it. The business is still standing. There's so many businesses that opened the same time as me, just in the same town as me, that aren't around anymore. And I am. I'm still here. So why am I living and operating as if it's still at risk of being taken away at any second? Because I haven't given myself permission to be okay. I haven't allowed myself to let my guard down and just celebrate how far I've come and how much I've grown and what I've accomplished in the last 5 years. I've been waiting to reach this finish line, and I've been trying to reach a goalpost that I'm continuously moving and never giving myself a chance to appreciate the journey that I've been on. Setting goals is great. I'm here for it. I live for it. But if you're not recognizing when you reach the goal, celebrating that you did what you set out to do and accomplish the hard things you said you wanted to accomplish, and you're always stretching that goal just out of reach, you're never going to feel like it's enough. You're always going to be wanting more and more and more. I'm so guilty of this, of just piling things onto my plate. I finally found a way to get things off my plate, and I can finally breathe, and I have less to do, and there's no more chaos. And I'm not busy. I'm bored. I have to rest. I have to sit with my thoughts. And I can't do it. It's like I crave the craziness and the busyness of a chaotic life. I almost can't remember a time when I felt differently, but I know that this was never the goal. I didn't set out to start my own business because I never wanted to be able to relax again. I didn't build all of this because I wanted to feel like my skin was crawling anytime I ran out of things to do. I didn't come this far just to keep going further and never appreciate where I've been. So where is enough? How far away is my enough? And how do we measure what's enough in our lives? I don't have the answer to this today. I'm not sure I'll have the answer to it ever. But what I do know is I planted this thought in my mind, and if I can stay conscious of it, maybe I can make a change. I really believe that the reason that I'm in this endless cycle of feeling like I have to fight to survive is because I've told myself over and over again that I have to fight to survive. But it's not true anymore. And if I can just change the way that I'm talking to myself and change the way that I'm thinking and let myself know that it's okay, we made it. We got to the other side. It's not going to all be taken away. We don't have to stay in survival mode. We can go back to building mode because building mode was fun. Building mode was exciting. That was a time that I just felt happy and hopeful. And I've been really thinking about my goals for this year, and I have a lot of them. I have big dreams and big ideas, and I have a plan for how to get there. And after this walk today, I'm just thinking in a whole different direction. I'm thinking back to day one and remembering what the point of all this was. It was always freedom. I never co-signed the idea that I couldn't be exactly what I wanted to be or live the exact life that I wanted to live. I was always told what I couldn't do or couldn't be, that the only way to make it in life was to work some bullshit job that I hated because everyone hates their job, right? That's normal. You're supposed to hate it. No one likes what they do. It's just a job. It's just for money. But I refuse to believe that. I've fought against that my entire life. And I did it, and I proved them wrong, and nobody tells me what to do or what to be. I made it on my own, on my terms, and I get to be an artist for a living. People pay me to create art, and that's the coolest fucking job I could ever dream of. I made that my reality. So if I can do that, I can make it as an artist against all odds, despite my parents and society telling me that it wasn't possible for me. Why can't I do that again? Why can't I have that freedom? I can. The only thing that's stopping me is me. I am perpetually just getting in my own fucking way. Everything I'm currently struggling with, I brought on myself. I literally make my own schedule. I make the day-to-day choices that decide if things are going to be easy or hard for me. So why am I always choosing the hard way? Why am I believing that it has to be that way? Everything I have right now, everything I've accomplished up to this point in my life, I used to dream of. If you really think back to when you first started, maybe it's your career or the house you live in or the car you drive. Think back to when you wanted it more than anything in the world. You didn't know if it was possible, but you wanted it. And then you made it happen. You did that. I did that. We made that happen. We wanted something and then we fucking went for it and we did it. And if we did it once, we can definitely do it again. And in this moment, the seemingly unattainable goal for me is freedom. I have somehow convinced myself that I can't have that. I don't deserve that. That's only reserved for other people. I'm not the lucky one. I'm not the chosen one who gets whatever she wants. But what is that belief based on? Because if I'm really looking back on it all, I have a great track record of getting pretty much exactly what I want every single time with every single thing I want. 14-year-old me said, I want to be an artist for a living. 14-year-old me said, I want to be an artist for a living. Let me tell you this cool story real quick. So I'm 14 years old and I am a shithead, you guys. I was a terrible teenager. I was always getting into trouble, fighting, skipping school, just being an absolute dickhead. So I got into a fight at school and they made me go to anger management classes. We always had to do these stupid assignments talking about our feelings and I hated it so much. But this one day, they asked us to draw a picture of where we wanted to be in 10 years. And I like to draw, so I was happy to do this assignment. So I drew a picture of me living in Maryland as an artist. I can remember this drawing clear as day, even though I didn't hang on to it, although that would have been really cool. So I wanted to live in Maryland, and I wanted to be an artist. Anytime anyone asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up, I always said an artist. Never really knowing what that meant, all I knew was that it was true. That's what I wanted to be. And as long as I was creating something, anything, I was going to be happy about it. And I wanted to live in Maryland because that's where my best friend was. She had moved there earlier that year. And when I turned 18, that's where I was going to go. And then I never thought about this drawing again for a long, long time. And then one day I look around 10 years later, the age of 24, and I realized, holy shit, I live in Maryland. And I'm a tattoo artist, and it blew my fucking mind. I had forgotten all about this drawing entirely. But for some reason, that day, something triggered the memory for me exactly 10 years later. I did that. I made that happen. I didn't plan it. I never even knew what any of it meant, how I'd get there, what my actual job would be, or any of it. But I had a dream, and I believed in it beyond a shadow of a doubt, and it manifested itself somehow. If I can make that happen without even trying, what can I do if I am trying? I just have to stop believing this feeling of freedom isn't meant for me and start believing it's already on its way to me. And then I need to redirect my goals in order to match. So this year, my focus is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be about freeing up my time and finding more peace in it. I don't want to always be drowning in my work. I want my time back. I want my life back. And I want to spend it where it matters, with my family, my husband, my kids, my dog, and doing things that I love doing and spending time with my friends and snowboarding and traveling and camping and diving. And when I'm at work, I'm going to focus on the things that are most important there and the things that light me up and not all the other bullshit. And God damn it, I'm going to make time for my morning walks so that maybe I can have more of these life-changing thoughts and ideas, or at the very least, feel calm and balanced again. What choices have you made in your life that have maybe taken you the wrong direction? And what do you want to start prioritizing more? If you don't have answers to these questions yet, I highly recommend taking a walk during sunrise, and maybe it will spark some ideas for you to help you also get your life back. All right, guys, that's it for today's episode. I hope you're feeling inspired and ready to make some moves today. Remember, it's all about showing up, putting in the work, and staying true to yourself. If you got something out of today's episode, Share it with a friend who might need to hear it, and make sure to subscribe so we can keep this momentum going. Get updates on all of our latest episodes, events, and more by following us on social media at Bound by Art Project and by heading over to the website boundbyart.com. Thanks for hanging out and putting up with my shit. I'll see you next time. Now shut up, quit making excuses, and go get better.